Usually I put up videos showing aspects of natural history, but I'm actually interested in all aspects of science, and I'd like to show you this application that you can use on your computer that enables you to support various aspects of research from around the world. This is called Boinc, and this can be used on your Windows computer, your Linux computer, your Mac, even on some smart devices. I have to say I've never used it on a mobile device, and I do wonder about what kind of resources it might use. I'm going to show you initially the Windows, how to access the Windows client, then I'm going to move on to the Linux client. But I think it is something that you may find interesting. Once you click on this download button here, it takes you through to this page. Now it gives you two options here. One is to download Boinc with VirtualBox, and the other is to just download the Boinc client. I have to say that when I'm working in Windows with this, I've only ever downloaded the Boinc client. I've never found that I've needed the VirtualBox. The reason they do suggest downloading it with VirtualBox is in case you want to run one of the applications that doesn't natively run in Windows. But I have to say I personally have never had any difficulties. I've actually already downloaded this, so I'm going to go now to my downloads folder, and I'm going to run the installer and just say yes to that. And once I accept the terms, I'm just going to install it, which, as you can see, didn't take very long. Just allow it to run. Just get rid of that. Okay, once you have your client up here, you then have to add a project. I'm going to go down here and go to World Community Grid, in which case you clicked Next. I'm going to put in my username and password. Click Next. That has been added, and then click Finish. You can then add any additional projects as you wish to in exactly the same way. I'm actually not going to add any more at this time. You'll then find that after a short while this will then start processing. I'm actually going to stop showing this in Windows now. If you want to use Boinc in Linux, it's fairly easy, certainly with Ubuntu. I have Ubuntu here. It is available in the package manager. It's also available in the software sources. I have to say I'm not so keen on the latest incarnation of the software source that is used, but if you do a search here in Synaptic for Boinc, and you'll find that that will be just here. And if you go for the top one here, which is the meta package, if I just move that out of the way, you can see there's the description there, meta package for the Boinc client and manager, and then just go to install that. The description down there clearly tells you, gives you the description there, the Berkeley open infrastructure for network computing. As you can see, I already have that installed, so I'm not going to install that again. Looking at the website, I have chosen to add before I do that, on the client that I have here in Linux, I have three main projects running. I have World Community Grid, Milky Way at Home, and climateprediction.net. You can see, you get a summary of the amount of work done down here, and you can see here whether or not it is actually active at the moment. Because I'm using the computer quite extensively, the red circle indicates that it is currently suspended, but you might see it flash green from time to time as it starts doing some work. If we have a quick look at one of these, my contribution, this is for the World Community Grid. If you look at my projects that I've actually signed up for, those that I'm currently involved with, which are the Microbiome Immunity Project, Smash Childhood Cancer, and Mapping Cancer Markers. If you click on each of these, you get a summary of what they're about. It's a video. They tell you what they're about and the significance of why they want your help. That's usually toward the end, as here. As you can see there, it says there where it says your help is crucial. On their own, Dr. Nakagawara and his research team would have enormous difficulty screening millions of chemical compounds. Fortunately, that's where World Community Grid can help, by allowing researchers to use virtual screening techniques to evaluate these compounds against the specific proteins associated with childhood cancers. This virtual screening process allows the researchers to predict the effectiveness of many drugs as potential cancer treatments. Dr. Nakagawara and his team are excited and optimistic to begin the new project, which has great potential for the many children and families who are affected every year by cancer. He says, we hope everyone will sign up to contribute to this project and tell your friends as well. The more volunteers we have donating their unused computing time, the more quickly we can smash childhood cancer together. And as it says there, to contribute to Smash Childhood Cancer, join World Community Grid, or if you are already a volunteer, make sure the project is selected in your My Projects page. And similarly, if we look at this one, Mapping Cancer Markers, down here, as it says there, by getting involved with this, it helps to improve and personalize cancer treatment, accelerate cancer research, and improve the overall process for identifying cancer markers, and so on. And this one is a relatively recent one that I've signed up for, because this is something that isn't known too much about. It says, what's the microbiome's role in various diseases? And as it says there, the short answer, scientists don't know exactly how the microbiome influences the beginning and development of disease, but they know that it plays an important role. So they clearly want to find out more, and so they're signed up here. And if you actually read this, you can see that they actually say that as part and parcel of this process, they will be making the data and information available to scientists around the world. And this is a summary of the contribution that I've done over the years. As you can see, for the Mapping Cancer Markers, I've achieved a gold badge for running it for 90 days apparently. It's now actually hit 105 days. But over the time, I've been involved in a number of these. So if you're interested and you have spare computer capacity, why don't you give it a go? I will put a link to the website in the description below, and get involved in some real science. Okay.